All right, this is David with Neo 7 CNC, and I wanted to take a moment to show you a new feature that was recently added to the XCS software specifically for the xTool F1 Ultra, and this is a curved engraving feature. And so what we're going to do in this very quick little project is I have this wooden ladle, wooden spoon, and I want to put this thankful image, this piece of clip art, in the center of this. And so I want to show you how pretty straightforward and easy it is to do this. I will say that I'm running the most current version of the XCS software. It's version 2 point something, I don't remember exactly, but it is current and up to date. Make sure that you always make sure that both your machine and your XCS software is up to date and current before you start your jobs. It'll just make sure you don't run into any issues. So let's just get into it. So I have this piece of clip art and I have turned it upside down. With the curved feature, you have a window of opportunity that's basically in the dead center of the F1 Ultra bed. So you're not actually going to be able to use the camera to do the alignment. You'll need to do like the outline, the laser outline to do the alignment. You will see this here in a second where it basically says this is how you have to do it. So I've got the clip art, like I said, I flipped it upside down because I want this to be able to hang on the wall and be readable to the viewer. So this is what I'm going for. So over here on the upper right, I'm going to select black walnut. Now this is way more than 3 millimeters, but we'll correct that here in a second. And so let's see. So I'm going to take the stock settings. I've had really good success with that, especially with the black walnut, even though this spoon is not as dark as black walnut. But we do need to measure it because I know it's not 3 millimeters. And also, I have it raised up on the cutting bed. It's not laying flat. I'm actually using the cutting bed to kind of cradle it since it's curved on the bottom. So I'm going to go up here and do auto measure. And we'll give this a second to do its thing. And it'll come back and give us whatever measurement it comes up with in the box. So we're looking at 27.6, a lot more than 3 millimeters, which is fine. And you'll notice that it looks like it doubled. That's because I've run this job before and I didn't have my microphone turned on. So this is the second walkthrough, but let me actually refresh this. I'm just going to spin the spoon over on the backside so it's cleaner for us to look at. So again, we're not supposed to use the image to align this. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step. Up here across this black ribbon across the top, a lot of stuff that used to be on the right hand side in different panels is now always located on this strip across the top. So right here is what we're curious about, process on flat surface. That is not what we want to do. We want to do curved material. So I'm going to select that. And it says in this mode, do not position an object based on the background image. So that's kind of what I mentioned before. So this lighter square that we have in the middle right here, that's our work area. So having the object that you want to process in the middle of the bed is very important. So the image also needs to go completely inside this white box. So I've resized this and kind of moved it around so it sits inside the white box. The next thing that we need to do is we need to measure the curved surface. So this little icon to the right of the curved material, we click that and we do curve measure. And I know because again, this is the second time I did this because accidents. And so I'm going to change this to 60 by 60. And as soon as you do that, it shows the graphic. And I'm going to click framing. Notice you can't hit next. It gives you the little don't do this. And so we have to hit framing. And that's just a sanity check. So you can probably hear the laser doing the box scan. And I'll have actually the image from the first time I tried this. And so it looks like it's fine. So I'm going to hit stop framing and I'm going to hit next. And so what it has is a grid, and these are all the points that it's going to measure so it can build a mesh map of the surface that we're trying to engrave. So I'll hit start measuring here. And this will take a little bit less than 2 minutes, I think. And it's just going to go through and measure all the points. And so it did measure it, and you can see that I still have the spoon on the outward curved side. Just pretend it's actually concave. So on the smoothness and the tension, I didn't need to change this. This worked fine, and that's the stock one. So from this point, you can hit done, and now it's ready to go. So if you go to process, it would just be like a normal job that you're going to process. It'll give you a preview. You hit start, and then you hit your big green button on the F1 Ultra, and it's going to do the job. And so I'll show you the finished product now. It turned out great. That setting, that black walnut setting for this particular species of wood, whatever it is, worked out beautifully. It's very readable. It's got a little bit of depth to it, so you know it's going to stay on there. And if you have any questions about this feature, please leave those down below. And if you have any comments or anything else to go with it, that would be awesome as well. I'll have links to the F1 Ultra and the xTool products in the description as always. I appreciate you spending your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you again.